now we revisit evaluating a given logarithm. We can take our old technique from the previous examples, and if we don't know the value of the logarithm, we could set it equal to x and then maybe rewrite it in exponential form and see if anything comes out of this. So if we were to do this, this would be saying 3 to the x equals the argument, which is 16. So that's great. We have rewritten it in exponential form. But at this point, we actually run into a little bit of a dead end. We cannot match the bases, no matter how much we try. There is no way for us to do this off the top of our heads, 3 to some power to equal 16. We only know powers of 2 or powers of 4 that would equal 16. So we run into a sort of dead end at the moment, but I know we can approach this later, a few sections down the line. So stay tuned for that little plug to keep on watching. But anyways, if you can't do this at this point, another technique you may be interested in is maybe use change of base. And the reason why that might come up is you say, well, the base is already 3. So the base is 3, and the argument in our case was 16. So with change of base, the evaluation log base 3 of 16 is the same thing as saying, remember, it's log of the argument first over log of the original base first. And I'm just using log base 10. Seems more natural to me to do that, or common. So in our case, if I rewrote it, it's log of 16 over log of 3. So at this point, we would need to use our TI to evaluate it. So let's move on over. We'll call up that screen. And we're not really graphing it. We just want to go to our home screen. So I'll go to second quit. Some past math there. And if we are going to use the change of base, you can now use the log key. So I have log of 16. That's the log in the numerator divided by log of 3. Log of the base in the denominator. You could press enter and we get a decimal. And that's expected because we knew already we couldn't match the bases with the powers that we know off the top of our heads. So that's what we're looking at. So if you were to go back, depending on where it told us to round, I think it was 4 decimal places, but we'll double check. So it'll be 2.5237. We'll go back and check. 4 decimal places. So will we round and remind myself what it was? 2.5237. And that's the best we can do. We can approximate this log. Let me see if you guys can see that though. There we go. So you see right away, you see my approximation marks instead of straight equal sign, squiggly equal sign, 2.5237. So that's one way to go. If your calculator does have the newer operating system, I'll show you one more time, just so that you guys can check to see. We could have also, at least with this calculator that we're using, if we press the math key, we would press the arrow key all the way down to the log base key, item number A, and we could enter the base in to the square and the argument in. And if you press enter, you get the same thing. So that's super convenient. Great if your calculator has it, but if your calculator doesn't have it, don't worry. You can still use the change of base. So I hope this helps. We will see you in the next section.